I am Eric Richie. I am the product manager for the CloudWorx products here at Leica Geosystems. And I'm going to run you through a couple of features of CloudWorx, a couple of upcoming things, a couple of current things. All right, now I'm going to show you a couple of features in CloudWorx. So let me start off by showing you model import. So this is something that we've added recently where I can actually go and open an LGS file and I can see models that are attached to it. So in this case, I'm going to hit OK. And this is a COE model that's attached to my project. So let me square this up a little so you can see it. I'll turn off the cloud and you'll see that this geometry was imported right along with the point cloud. So this is a COE model. This was added to the project with TruView. So COE is our Cyclone Object Exchange model file, exportable through CloudWorx and creatable in Cyclone Model. And so what we did was we just drag and dropped that right into the project in TruView and saved that file. So if that was in Cyclone Enterprise, it would also be there. But in this case, added right there in the LGS file. And so let me turn the points back on and I'll go over here and let me open up TruSpace and I'll show you that as well. So I'm just going to click on a location here to open up my TruSpace window. And we'll give this a second to load. And now we'll look and see here. I will actually toggle this just so you can see it. I'll turn that off to get it out of the way. Turn my point cloud off. And you can see that I do have these models right here, and I'll also turn the panel image off. You see that I have those models here in my project. So I can see them here in the TruSpace window. And as usual, we can sync this to our point cloud viewpoint. But that's also the same model that I then imported right at Project Open. So that's one of the new features with embedded models in LGS files, and also, as I mentioned, Cyclone Enterprise. All right, next I'm going to show you in TruSpace, we have a number of features that maybe aren't as apparent to the average user, but always good to have a refresher from time to time. So in TruSpace, this is really where we enable our collaboration with the fuller workflow, etc. So you can see here, I have my Assets tab open in TruSpace. Again, this is TruSpace within CloudWorx. So you see that my view mirrors what I see in my CAD window. But if I go here to the asset list, I also have a number of different items here. These could be things like my registration report. So you can see here, I have this PDF that was created in Register 360 with all of my registration information. You can see that I have a couple of model files attached to this project. You can also see some other artifacts. So some of these are things like images that could have been captured in the field with the Field 360 tablet. These could be assets that are tied to a GeoTag, etc. But these are all viewable right here within TruSpace. If I select one of these, I can also download it to my computer. So in this case, the PDF, I could download that and open it right on my machine. It's a good way to kind of keep track of files that are associated with a project. It also lets you have the ability to refer back from the CAD package at the time of modeling, etc., refer back to things that were captured in the field. Also, with TruSpace, as I mentioned, this is kind of the gateway to our collaboration workflow. Things like the GeoTags. In this case, if I were to create a GeoTag, I can enter my information here, perhaps attach a file or an image. But if I was connected to Cyclone Enterprise, these would actually sync back to the cloud. So then they're viewable not just in TruSpace, but also in the browser via TrueView Live or via the TrueView desktop application. So another good way to kind of open up that collaboration workflow. Other things like snapshots and similar artifacts are also synced. So that's also a useful tip when using TruSpace, is really, as I said, kind of enabling that collaboration workflow across products. For this demo, I'm going to show you classification. So I have a mobile data set here, and I'm going to hit open. And so I'll make sure that this is in view here. And so with classification, we've exposed this in two places. So first of all, I can go to TruSpace, and I'll just pick a location in the cloud, and we'll open our TruSpace window. And I'll give that a second to load. Okay, so here we have our TruSpace window. I'm just going to rotate it slightly so we can see this a little better. Open up my visibility options, and in the cloud setting here, I now have this color by classification. So this is the same as you have in TrueView on the desktop. I can hit my classification, and let me get the sitemap out of the way so you can see this better. But you see I have a number of colors here representing different things. So what I can now do is, if I hit edit, I'm able to go in and, for instance, turn off, let's say, moving objects. Let's turn off vehicles. You see that part of that truck disappeared. I can go in and take away, let's turn off my vegetation. And you see that with just a couple of clicks here, I've started to clean up all the trees and things like that. So classification is a really powerful way to, again, clean up and remove things from the scene without a lot of editing after the fact. So I have those all exposed now in TruSpace. Additionally, we also have those enabled in the CAD window itself. So if I go into my color mapping options, you can see I have the option here to go to classification. So after I hit apply, you can now see that I have a similar view to what I had in TruSpace. If I go to the class visibility, I have the same sort of options where, for instance, if I turn off my vegetation, you see these trees all disappeared. If I go in and remove some moving vehicles, you see that these cars that were parked here during the scan are all gone. And so again, classification provides a really powerful way to easily clean up my project so that I'm working with less data. For instance, maybe I want to turn the buildings off rather than creating clips and sectioning out a lot of data. If I have classifications applied, I can now utilize those right within CloudWorx as well. And so now if I fit, perhaps if I fit a surface to this road, those points that were there with the vehicles, with the buildings, those are now excluded as well. So again, that's classification, just a nice feature to have to do some cleanup and improve your visualization. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about our new point cloud format. We now have the LGSx format. Previously we had LGS. LGSx is our new point cloud engine, our new format to support that point cloud engine. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the Open LGS button, and I'm going to select, let me pick an LGS file here, and let's go with this one. So I hit open, and you see I now get a notification that this file is an LGS file, and it asks if I want to convert to LGSx. So you don't have to say yes to this, but we give you the option in CloudWorx to do the conversion for you. We also have a batch conversion tool, the LGSx file converter, which you can then take a whole host of LGS files as one or individually, convert them to LGSx. But also we've added this to CloudWorx itself so that for that file, you can hit yes, and that'll actually start to convert in the background. The other thing that'll do is, as I mentioned, it converts in the background, so you're not blocked from continuing your work. It doesn't matter if I hit yes or no, I can still go right on to opening this file and using it. With the conversion happening in the background, the next time I open this file, if the file conversion was successful, it'll automatically update my CloudWorx project file with this new LGSx file. So it'll automatically look in the same directory and take an LGS file, and if there's a matching LGSx of the same file name, it'll automatically update that project file so that I don't have to manually go in and change that myself. So it's a useful thing. It's not exclusive just to conversions that I run in CloudWorx. If it's sitting there, it'll find that if I converted it through the batch converter, as long as it's in the same place, it'll try to match those up and automatically update it if it can. Or, as always, if it can't find the path, if it can't resolve the file, it'll prompt you and allow you to reselect it somewhere else. But again, just building in that file conversion right into CloudWorx to help streamline that process of moving from LGS to the brand new LGSx file. All right, I hope you enjoyed these tips on CloudWorx, and as always, if you need more information, check out our product page on the website. Thank you.